Excuse me, EndurElite family of fast. This marathon training has been giving me some major gas. Well, maybe that and the combination of Fibersol for my 40-year-old bowels. But all juvenile antics aside, gas isn't what you think it is in this video today. GAS stands for General Adaptation Syndrome, and this theory was first proposed by a Canadian endocrinologist and biologist named Hans Selye. And basically Hans Selye went to the scientific community and he said, I'm gonna pump you up with how the body responds to exercise when a new stress is put on it or when a more intense stress is put on it, and kind of the three phases the body goes through. So today we're going to talk about GAS, General Adaptation Syndrome. And like I said before, when the body experiences a new stress, such as endurance exercise, or a greater stress is put on it than previously applied, it goes through three different phases of GAS. And these are alarm, resistance, and exhaustion. So let's briefly describe what each one is, and then we'll put it into an example of marathon training, and then we'll wrap it all up in a nice little neat package for you. So the first phase of GAS is the alarm phase, and this is basically when your body's getting used to the exercise. And during this phase, it may last, several days to several weeks, and you may experience excessive soreness, stiffness. You may experience a drop in performance, and this is mostly due to the release of cortisol as this new stress is applied and your body adapting to it. So that is the alarm phase. The next phase is the resistance phase. And during this phase is where your body really starts to adapt to the exercise. You return to normal function and you don't experience that stiffness or soreness quite as much, and you can bounce back quicker. Now, a lot of the changes that are happening here are on a neurological level, which allows the endurance athlete to keep on training. And then at the same time, the muscle is making adaptations too to this new stress. So, maybe increase in mitochondrial density, capillary density. The musculature itself is adapting to this new stress you're putting on it. And the athlete can remain in this resistance phase for quite some time, depending on how conditioned the athlete is and if they're recovering. But if they go too long in this resistance phase, then they move on to the exhaustion phase. And in the exhaustion phase, a lot of things happen that are similar to the first alarm phase, in that you may experience some more stiffness or soreness. You may not be able to recover quite as fast. You may not be sleeping. A lot of signs of overtraining may start to present themselves. So the exhaustion phase is something we want to avoid. So as we go through that resistance phase and we kind of peak for an event, after that we kind of want to take a little break, so we basically avoid that exhaustion phase altogether. So those are the three phases of Hans Selye's General Adaptation Syndrome. Now let's put this into an example real quick. So I'm training for a marathon right now, and I first started out, I'm like, oh, this is great, this is great, this is great. What the and I hit the alarm phase, and my performance just decreased. I was sore, I was stiff, I just feel like I couldn't recover. If you watch some of those videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then about 2 weeks later, I start to feel better and better. I'm like, yeah, I'm a badass now. My body knows how to do this perfectly. So that would be the resistance phase. And then as I kind of keep on building up to this marathon on June 3rd, my body's going to get stronger and adapt better to the exercise. And then I'll kind of hit a plateau. I'll do the marathon, and then I'm going to want to take a break so I avoid the exhaustion phase. So if you were to put GAS into like a chart, it would look something like this. You start out straight. The alarm phase, you dip down. Your resistance phase, you start going back up, adapting to the exercise. Then it kind of levels off where you're plateauing. And then if you go too far and you reach the exhaustion phase, it'll start to drop off like this. So straight, drop, resistance, plateau, exhaustion. So that is GAS in a nutshell, General Adaptation Syndrome. Now, if you have a lot of gas, It's perfectly okay as long as you avoid that exhaustion phase at the end. You know, the body is pretty amazing at adapting to exercise, but just like anything, it takes time for, you know, the body to respond to the stress, to put on it, and to become stronger. So that is about it for today, my endurance friends. If you like this video or have gas of your own, share this with your friends. If you want to see other videos like this, head over to the EndurElite YouTube channel or the EndurElite website at www.endurelite.com. And until next time, my endurance friends, stay fueled, stay focused, and stay fast.